Hi, I'm Rita. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Life Worth Reading. And welcome to a new reading vlog. It is Monday, which means that I have come back from my weekend work, and it means that I'm ready to start a new reading vlog. Last week was a mess. I was supposed to participate in Summerween. I ended up reading only one book, and I just didn't do a vlog like I said that I would, which makes me really sad. But it's fine. We move forward and we try to make things better, which is me here trying to make things better. And in this week's vlog, it'll be just a usual reading vlog, just you seeing what I'm doing this week. I actually just finished my application for a postgraduate little degree of 1 year, which is really exciting. Hopefully that works out for me. And I also have the presentation for my report that we've all been hearing about, my internship report. It's actually next week, next Monday, which means that I have to think about it this week. And I have to, just let you know, just prepare my presentation, which is very, very stressful for me. But in any case, I want to tell you about the books that I'll be reading. My week will be just a usual one. Oh my god, my hair. I'll probably go to the beach. I will be reading some books, and I will also be working on that presentation because that's really important. And that's the final work that I'll have to do for my undergraduate degree, which is really, really exciting. I've been waiting for this moment for months now. My classes ended at the beginning of May. It is now mid-July, and I'm still waiting to wrap up my undergraduate degree, but it's time. It's hot summer nights, mid-July, and we're going to present that report and have a good grade. That's the optimism in me. And now let's discuss my TVR. Let's talk about the books I'm currently reading, what I'll be reading this week. I am currently reading The Transition Baby by Tori Peters. I'm reading this with my friend Mafalda from Mafalda is Reading, and I am currently on chapter 2, which is page 43 of my book, so I've only read a little bit. And I actually found out the other day, I bought this book secondhand in New York a while ago, almost a year ago, and I literally just found out the other day that it's signed. My god, the shame that I felt, like, unbelievable. Like, it is signed and I did not even know it. For like almost a whole year I just didn't realize that it was signed, which is very depressing. But this is about two trans women who were in a relationship for several years, and they break up because one of them transitions from Amy to Ames, and it's about their lack of a relationship now and the way that Ames approaches her again with a suggestion that will alter their life paths. So that's what I'm reading this week. I am really enjoying. I really like this first chapter, and I can't wait to read more. And I also really love this cover, and it really does scream summer to me, so that's really exciting. And another book that I want to read is a book from my Summerween TBR that I didn't get to, a book that I hauled very, very recently. This is the last book that I bought, and that is The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I've been meaning to read this book for so many months now, maybe over a year now, and I am just so excited to finally read this. I really wanted to get to it for Summerween, but yeah, my week is just a mess. I didn't read a lot, but I'm really hoping to get to this one this week, so I'll be reading both of those, which is really exciting, hopefully. Then I also have another buddy read. I'm reading Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb with my friend Bia. That is going very, very slowly for us both, so there's not a lot of thoughts here. And then I have two other books that if I get to them, that would be great. If I don't, that's totally fine. I just want to put some content out and read some books. And this is another book on my Summerween TBR. That is Chlorine by Jade Song. I am so unbelievably excited about this book. I really want to read it. It's quite short. I bought it like a few months ago, and I'm just really, 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 really looking forward to reading this book. I hope that it's a 5-star. If it's not, I don't know what I'll do. Let's just start there. And finally, a library book that I have. Act surprised, everyone. I have Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde. And Lord. Sorry. And this is a collection of essays. And it says here in the back, your silence will not protect you. and that is so true. So this is a queer feminist manifesto about what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a Black woman, specifically what it means to be a queer Black woman. There's just a lot in this, and I am really excited to get to it. It's little essays, so I'm hoping to read a few ones with time and just over the next couple of days and the next week, because I have to give it back on the 25th of July. So I still have about 10 days to read this one, which is really exciting. So that's what I'll be up to this week. I'm going to be doing something really silly and fun today. I'll tell you about it later because I don't want to jinx it right now, but I'm going to be doing something really silly. Something that I'm saying that it's for the plot, because it's something really, it's kind of silly and stupid. But yeah, I will be going out. I'll be heading into Lisbon, so I'll be taking the train, and I will be reading The Transition Baby on that train trip and on the way back. And hopefully I can read at least until chapter 2, because the chapters are quite long in this. The second chapter is also like 30 something pages, so I will be getting until, yeah, it's like 30 something pages, so I really want to get to at least the second chapter today, and I will let you know later, and hopefully I won't forget to film little clips of my day and where I'm going and where I am. So welcome to the vlog. Let's have fun, let's get back on track, and let's read some books. Hello friends, I am back home now, and I want to tell you about what I did today because it was so silly and fun. Basically, I got a text yesterday that said that a production needed a body double and like an extra, because I applied to be an extra in a TV series like a month ago maybe. Because I was just like, it's just something silly and fun to do over the summer. And so I applied, and I hadn't heard back. And yesterday they called me and said that they needed a body double for a scene today of a specific TV show that is being filmed at the moment. So it's a new series. It hasn't been announced yet. So that's what I did. It was so much fun. I don't know how YouTube censors things, so I'm just going to say that I pretended I was a D-word body. So I was a body double for an actress, and in the scene before she was K-worded, and I had to be the D-body, which sounds really macabre, but it was so much fun. Honestly, I had never done anything like this before. And so as my first job, it was a little bit jarring. It was a little bit stressful because of the intensity of the scene. They also painted my nails and they cut my nails, so that's why they look a little bit different. And honestly, it was just so much fun. There were some actors in it that I knew, which was also kind of fun. And yeah, overall I just had a really great time. I have always, like, inside I've always wanted to be an actress, just a little bit. Not enough to actually do it or to actually try it, but I've always had that little thing in me. And today was just so much fun because, yeah, like, I wasn't just an extra in a background. I was a body double, so I was like, I was working on the scene and there were cameras on me and like paying attention to me. The only thing that I couldn't show was my face because I'm not the actress, but it was like a whole thing. It was like a whole purpose. Like, I was in the scene, so I wasn't just like a random extra. And yeah, it was just so much fun. I had such a great time, and I honestly can't wait to see when it airs. It was a little bit violent. I don't know if if I'm going to be able to watch the whole thing. But yeah, I just had such a great time, and it was such a weird thing to do, but it was just so much fun. And I did read a little bit more of The Transition Baby. I read like 20 pages only. I don't know if I can read now before bed. I'm really tired because I walked a lot today to get there, so I'm a little bit tired. But I am on page 60 and I'm having a really great time with it. It's very compelling. It reads very fast. I'm not loving all that is happening. Also, my hair, I had to wash it, so that's why it's looking rough at the moment. But I'm not loving everything that's happening, but I'll talk about it more tomorrow. But yeah, I had such a fun day. I'm really tired. I'm sorry, I just look like shit now. But I had such a great time today. It was such a fun and silly thing to do, and I'm so glad that I said yes. Like, just what a silly thing to do, right? So now I'm going to go to bed. Hopefully I won't dream about the things that they were doing to me, because I don't know if I can say here, because it'll probably get censored, because it was quite violent. But yeah, what a day, what a silly little thing to do. I'm saying yes to more things, and I'm really proud of myself for it. A few years ago I never would have said yes to this, but I had such a great time actually. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hello, you have seen me reading today, and I want to give you an update. I'm sorry, I stripped my bed. I'm going to be making it, so that's why it's looking a little bare in the background. Please do be nice. Just be nice. And I want to talk to you about The Transition Baby, which is the book that I'm currently reading, and I am currently on, I have made it to page 110. So I am a third of the way in officially, and I am going to read hopefully at least another chapter today, if not 2. If I read 2, I would make it about halfway through the book, which would be really nice. But I'm also waiting for my father to read it with me, so I might be starting The Only One Left by Riley Sager. I might be starting that one as well. But I am still really enjoying it. I feel like, I feel like this book is very self-aware. This author knows that sometimes we do think problematic things, and we do think things that are not totally right. And I appreciate the self-awareness because it makes it a very entertaining book to read. But sometimes some of the things that are discussed do make me a little bit sad. Reese, as a trans woman, is someone who sort of degrades herself sometimes and submits herself to abusive behaviors because that's what she thinks a woman should do. Allah. And it's just a little bit upsetting sometimes, but I am really enjoying this book. But yeah, some of the men's behaviors in this book are so disheartening to read about. Like, I hate abusive men so much, and it goes the same for abusive women, of course. I'm talking specifically within this context, as Reese is a trans woman who dates men. Usually she does end up dating a trans woman named Amy, as we know, but usually in her dating life she is straight, and therefore she goes for men. And the amount of abusive men in here who mistreat her is so disheartening. It's so hard to read. It just makes me sad for all women, including trans women, to have to deal with this type of things. It's just so sad. But other than that specific sadness that comes with reading about abusive situations, I feel like this book has a really great humor as well. It just flows really nicely, and I'm just having a good time with it. It's so easy to read, and it's so light, even though it is dealing with certain harder topics, but it's so light at the same time. So I'm having a great time, and I can't wait to continue reading this. And yeah, I'm happy that I finally picked this book up. And honestly, I'm doing a really great job with reading my TBR that I bought in New York. Like, it'll be a year in September since that trip, and I've read over half of the books on there, which is, I don't know, I really ate that up. So yeah, this is another one that I am so excited to be finally reading, and especially doing a buddy read is so exciting to share thoughts with Mafalda and now to share thoughts with all of you. So just a happy day. I didn't go to the beach today. It was kind of cold, Bia wasn't feeling good, but I am going to go tomorrow, and I am so ready. I'm bringing this book with me, and I am so unbelievably ready to just like sit and toast. I'm so ready. Hi, how are we doing today? As you might have seen, I went to the beach this morning, which felt really great. You know, I had a great time. I only stayed there for like an hour. I went alone, and I honestly just had a really great time. I took a dive in the water. It was just great. But since then, I have been working on my presentation. I'm really nervous, honestly. I have to leave it all done by Friday because I work all weekend, and then it's like early Monday morning, so I have to leave it completely ready by Friday, and that is freaking me out a lot. But I feel like I just need to work on it. I just need to dedicate the afternoon to it like I am doing. But I do want to tell you that I did start The Only One Left by Riley Sager. That is because I'm really enjoying this transition baby. I wish I could continue it, but since it is a buddy read, I'm waiting for Mafalda to catch up a little bit, because somehow I have read almost till the halfway point. So I'm still waiting for her to catch up a little bit. And because of that, I decided to start The Only One Left. And I read only 3 chapters. The chapters are really short, so far at least. And I have made it to page almost 30. I've read 20 something pages at the beach, which it ain't great, but honestly, it's fine. And I'm liking the vibes already. We are following our main character, Kit, who is a caregiver, and she does strike me as someone who feels like a bit of a loser, or she feels like she is, or she thinks of herself as a loser. She's not a nurse, she's a caregiver, and that is different. And she has worked 12 years for this agency, and you just know that something went bad. It's kind of being said that she killed one of the patients that she was looking after. That's what they are implying, but we haven't found that out yet. And because of that, she was put away for, I don't know what that means. Put away? She was suspended. Oh my god, that's what I meant. She was suspended for 6 months. She had to move back with her parents, her dad. She's 31, so she had to move back. And when she does end her suspended period, the new patient that she is assigned is the very infamous Lenora Hope, who is kind of like a Lizzie Borden, if you know the Lizzie Borden massacre. So in her really rich house, her entire family was murdered and she wasn't, and so the suspicions kind of fell on her. And this all happened when she was 17. She is now 71. She is a victim of stroke, so she is paralyzed. At this point, our main character Kit is in the house, but she hasn't met Lenora yet. But this is a very infamous case in this town in Maine. This is a very infamous case. Everyone knows the kind of what happened, but nobody actually knows what happened. They all think that she's guilty, but no one can really prove it. And so Kit has to go take care of Lenora, and she is a little bit hesitant as well because she also knows what happened, so she's feeling a little bit hesitant. And one thing I did not know going into this book is this is kind of a, oh my god, I hate calling it a historical fiction when I tell you that this is set in the 80s. I think that this is set in the 80s, so I hate calling it a historical fiction, but it has been over 40 years. So I didn't know that going into it, which is a fun little... I like it when books do that, because it probably will mean that you know, she won't have a cell phone to call 911. She won't have this or that to, you know, to like help her out. So I feel like putting her in this setting that's a little bit more limited will really test how resourceful she is and what she's going to do when shit starts going down. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I like how fast we got to the house. I was kind of worried that we would spend too long in Kit's life, but like no, she's at the house already, babe. Like she's there. It's less than 30 pages and she's already there. So that's really exciting and I can't wait to continue reading. I'm going to take a break now. I'm going to eat something, a little snack, and then I'm going to read on my balcony for a little bit. Hopefully I can get until at least page 50 or so. And yeah, I'll continue to let you know what I'm thinking of this book, but I'm happy that I finally started it. Guys, I don't really know what happened. I was just taking a break from working on my presentation and somehow I've read 110 pages of The Only One Left. I am really enjoying this so far. It is definitely creepy, but it's not creeping me out too much. I'm really just curious to know what happened. And I feel like our main character, she's just like, she can't be trusted, you know? I feel like there's something going on with her. And maybe I'm wrong, but it feels that way for sure. And somehow I'm almost like a third of the way through. I didn't mean for this to happen, but it's just, thrillers are just so addictive. They're just so easy to read and they're so compulsively readable that I couldn't help it. I really just couldn't help it. So I'm hoping if I reach page 100 tonight, that would be insane. I would love that for the sake of the vlog. But yeah, I'm just shook at how much fun I'm having, honestly. Also, the previous caregiver of Lenora has just left so suddenly. That's why she was hired. Mary, she left very suddenly, which I think is code for she got, but by who and how, I don't know. Maybe that's not even true. But the mystery right now is also that she left very suddenly. So there's things going on, like dual timeline, like in the past and in the present. And I'm curious about both perspectives, honestly. So I'm having a really great time with this. And I cannot wait to continue reading and see where the twists go. That's always the best part of a thriller, is a twist. So I'm really excited to see what Riley Sager does with these characters, because this has a lot of potential. Hi, unfortunately I've been doing a really terrible job at updating you, but that is because of my presentation and my internship, and it's really stressful. And I've spent, again, today's Friday, and I've spent the entire day again just working at it and just trying to finish it, because it is the weekend tomorrow and I work. I'm about to go work 10 hours a day again. So I really needed to get it done today, which sucks because I didn't read a whole lot, and I also didn't edit my summer TBR that I was supposed to upload this week. So it's just bad all around for the YouTube and for the vlog. But I do want to tell you that I've reached page 205 and I'm still really enjoying it. I am halfway through, a little bit more than halfway through, and I'm really loving it. Every chapter is a gag. I'm just eating this up. I don't know if the plot twist will be any good, but I am just eating this book up, honestly. It's just, I'm having so much fun. This is exactly what I wanted. It is exactly what I needed, and I'm so glad to have it in my hands and that I'm able to read it. So I will continue on today, and I'm going to read it in bed tonight. I've read like almost 50 pages today, which is not bad, but it's not what I wanted. I wanted to be reading like 100, and I wanted to finish this book today. Like if I had the free day, I would have definitely finished it, but yeah. And then tonight I went to see Inside Out 2 with my friend Bia, and I had so much fun. It was so cute. I really enjoyed it. I feel like it flowed really nicely. The messages were all there without being too corny. And I feel like it was just so comforting. I don't know why. I feel like it was just, yeah, like I just had a really great time with it, honestly. So I'm really happy about that. And now that I have the comfort movie watched, it is time to read the spooky book. And it's not that I'm finding it spooky. I mean, the atmosphere is a little bit creepy, but I'm more interested than I'm scared, which I don't mind. I'm just eating it up, and that's all that I could ask for, honestly. So no updates tomorrow. I mean, 1 in the morning probably, but no updates tomorrow as I work. So I will probably, after tomorrow, I will probably be seeing you on Monday, which is really bad for the vlog, but hopefully by then I will have finished this book and I will let you know all of my thoughts on it. So yeah, I'm sorry about doing a terrible job, but this is the last thing that I need to work on before I am officially graduated. And I have been thinking about this for months now, and I want it to be over so badly, and it will be. Monday morning, bright and early, it will be over, and I will be so glad that it is. So yeah, I will see you hopefully tomorrow morning, hopefully. I have so much to update you on. It is currently Monday. I didn't film in the weekend. I already kind of knew that I wouldn't. I was really busy preparing my presentation for my last big project for my undergraduate degree, which was this morning, and I also worked, as you know. But yeah, just giving you that update. I did my presentation this morning and it went really well. I am so happy. I am so thankful. I had a really great grade. That's exactly what I wanted, to round out my degree with just the average grade that I wanted. But it was so nerve-wracking. I just couldn't believe it. But it is done now. I'm officially free for the rest of the summer. I don't have to worry about anything else in terms of work except for my own part-time job, but I don't have to worry about anything else. I can just enjoy the rest of my summer without this in the back of my mind, which I am so grateful for. And yeah, I'm just really excited to, I don't know, I graduated. I have a degree, which is really exciting to say. So yeah, this is just what a time to be alive, you know. And I do want to let you know that I did read this weekend, and I finished The Only One Left by Riley Sager, and I really like this. I ended up giving it a 4.5, rounded up to a 5, because honestly, just the amount of fun that I had with this book and the fact that it took my mind off of serious things that I was thinking about, I am just very grateful for that. And I had the best time with this book. I sometimes don't love Riley Sager twists, but I don't know, just the way that he approached the story was really great, and I like that we got into it really fast. I hate when thrillers, I mean, sometimes I do understand when thrillers build up quite slowly, but it's not my favorite thing. I like to, when I read a thriller, I like to get into it. And in this we really did. Like by page 20, she was already in the house. Things were already kicking off, so I really appreciated that. And it's just, the writing of this was so addicting. The plot twist, the small little plot twist at the end of chapters that really kept my attention, that really kept me going. I just had the best time with this book. Obviously I can't talk about absolutely anything that happened, but it wasn't perfect. It was nearly perfect. I didn't like the last thing that happened. I was kind of like, I didn't love it. But other than that, it was nearly perfect. Like, it was exactly what I wanted. It was a fast thriller. It didn't have a lot of horror in it. I don't know why people say that it's kind of horror. I definitely do not agree. But it was just fun. It was just a really great time. And that's honestly all I can ask of a Riley Sager book, right? So I'm really happy, and I'm glad to have read another book off my TBR, because you guys, I bought books. Who's surprised? Exactly, no one. But I do want to tell you that, okay, I really wanted to buy this book for a long time, okay? And I treated myself before I did my presentation. If it didn't go well, it wouldn't be a treat. But since it did go well, I'm going to call it a little treat. And I've been eyeing this book ever since I read it, the first one. And I just had to buy it because I'm terrified that these covers will go out. Like, I've already been checking online and I can only find other covers, and this one matches my first one, so I really, really needed this. And that is Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands. Guys, what can I say? I really, really liked Emily Wilde, and I want to see where this is going. If I had read the first book on Kindle, I maybe wouldn't have bought either of them. But since I did buy the first one, and since I own it, and since I did like it, I bought the second one. Okay, it's a little bit chunkier than the first one was. It's 340 pages, which is not a lot, but it feels like heftier than the first one. And I just love these covers as well. You have the other ones, the pink and white. I don't love that as much, and I was just really scared that I wouldn't find these dark editions anymore. So I bought it, and I am actually really, really happy about this, and I'm going to read it soon. So maybe it wasn't so bad after all. But yeah, and then I did something silly. But the bookstore that I go to, sometimes they do these like 60% off books, and they just get me like that. They just get me because I bought this book for like €5, and this is a Joseph O'Connor's Shadow Play, which is a book that I had heard about a few years ago, and this was a little bit of an impulse purchase, but at the same time I really, really liked the synopsis of this book. And it's about Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula, and he is now the manager of a theater, and he's wrestling with dark demons in a new city, in a new marriage, and with his own literary aspirations. As he walks the streets at night, streets haunted by Jack the Ripper and the gossip which swirls around his friend Oscar Wilde, he finds new inspiration. Soon, the eerie tale of Dracula begins to emerge. I mean, come on, you know I love a Victorian time. The author of Dracula, Oscar Wilde, Jack the Ripper? You got me. You absolutely got me there. It seems very gothic. It seems like I'm going to really like it. I hope I do. If I don't, well, I'll just unhaul it. It's fine, but I do hope that I like it. And yeah, so those are my 2 additions to the TBR. So if you're counting, we are currently on number 84. Number 84, that's right. So if you're counting, that's where we're at. Now, since I have finished the only one left, which I've already put in my reading journal, as you might have seen, my current plans are to continue with the Transition Baby. I haven't read this in a few days because I was waiting for Mafalda to catch up, but I think I'm ready to read another chapter and to get until page 180. So that's the plan for today, to read at least a chapter of this. Then also another buddy read, I need to continue on with The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which is a buddy read that I'm doing with my friend Bia. I've been doing a really, really bad job keeping up with it, so I really need to get this started today. And I also need to be reading Sister Outsider by Audre Lorde because my hold is almost done, like my loan is almost done, and I definitely need to start reading this. So those are my plans for today, and yeah, just what a time to be alive. Honestly, I am really, really happy today, and hopefully I will finish this vlog tomorrow so I can upload it and we can start a new one, which will be probably a TBR Destruction Project, episode 3. I think I'm ready to start that. But yeah, those are the plans for today, so let's get started. Hello, it is time for a reading update. It has been, I want to say like 1 or 2 days since I've last spoken to you, and I want to give you the updates on all of my current reads. So I am currently on about to start chapter 7 of The Transition Baby. I'm on page 205. I could have already finished this, but as it is a buddy read, I am being very respectful and I'm taking my time with this book because that's what a buddy read is all about. And I'm still really enjoying it. I have some minor problems with some of the things that these characters think, but it's honestly also self-aware that I feel like I can't really be mad at it. But I'm having a really great time, and it's providing a lot of great insight into just different things that I had never crossed my mind because I'm not in this specifically queer American world. Like, I'm not in New York in the queer trans scene, so of course a lot of these things had never crossed my mind, and that's why it's so important to read these types of books, because these are things that people are going through, even if it's in a reality that's a little bit distant from you. This time, I mean, geographically it is quite a distant reality to me, but that's why it's so interesting to read these types of books, because you just end up thinking about things that you just never crossed your mind. And I feel like I'm Kylie Jenner in that this is the year of realizing things, and we're all just realizing things. But I am realizing a lot of things when I'm reading this book, which is why it's being such an interesting experience for me. Other than that, I have also read 100 pages of Sister Outsider. I wish I had done a better job at reading this, but I am a third of the way in. I've read a couple of essays, and I'm also really liking this. I think that Audre Lorde is a very insightful person, and again, given thought into this black queer icon from the 70s, because most of these essays are from the 70s, which again is a reality quite distant for me. I couldn't be further from America in the 70s in the point of view of a queer black woman. I could not be further from that reality, which is why it's so important, again, to read things outside of your perspective and outside of your own defined and limited reality. And I'm finding this just so interesting. I feel like her views on why we should stick together against racism, against misogyny, against homophobia is just so true, and her insights are just so well put together that I am finding it, and it's very interesting to read. It's not a boring nonfiction. It's very interesting, and I feel like she writes in a way that is very compelling, and so I'm also really liking this book. And finally, yesterday I went to the beach with my friend Bia. I forgot to film anything, but I am currently 15% of the way through Assassin's Apprentice. So I read about like 10% yesterday, which is not a lot, but this book is reading a little bit slowly to me. It's a fantasy that I feel like I need to be paying attention to. It's not reading as fast as a more contemporary fantasy would do, but I am really liking it as well. I really care about Fitz as main character, and I can't wait to see where the plot goes from here, how Robin Hobb builds this trilogy and why everyone loves it so much. So I'm really excited about all these books, and I feel like I am, even though I haven't finished the book yet, I feel like I am making great progress. I am reading a lot every single day. I'm just dividing that reading time between these 3 books, which feel like less progress in the end, but I'm really happy about it. And what else? Yesterday I had dinner with my family to celebrate my graduation and celebrate my grade, and today I'm going to go shopping with Bia because she wanted to, and I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. I am excited to go shopping, real shopping, not book shopping, hopefully. But yeah, it'll be just another day, another summer day spent before I head into work. So let's get this going. Let's continue our hot girl summer. And hopefully tonight I will also bring you some other reading updates, and this afternoon as well, because in the afternoon I'll be at home, so I will also be reading some of these books. today, you can see just about how much shit I have on my shelves. Ignore that, please. I don't think I've given you an update today, but I have been reading. I am kind of struggling through trying to finish this vlog, trying to finish some books, and I'm just not being able to. I'll tell you why. The transition baby. My update is that I read another chapter today. I'm currently on page 230. I have about 100 pages left. And I really want to finish this. But like I said, this is a buddy read. And I'm really taking my time with this. And I'm really enjoying that aspect of it. Just giving my thoughts to Mafalda and her giving her thoughts to me after each chapter. And just taking it a little bit slowly. I know that she is going to be making some progress this weekend, so hopefully we'll have it finished by early next week. But I'm just really enjoying taking my time with this book, which is something that I don't usually do because I like reading and I am kind of a fast reader sometimes, and I do enjoy just finishing books and starting other ones, but this is an interesting experience for me. And then I haven't really been in the mood for these essays, but I do need to give this book back. My loan is ending quite soon, but I have read about a third of it, and I am going to read another few essays of this before bed today. So that's what I'll be up to. And then most of my time today was reading The Assassin's Apprentice, or Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, which is the buddy read that I'm doing with my friend Bia. So I'm currently reading 2 books with friends, which is always really delightful. And I have made it to 40% of this book. I read about, I don't know, quick maths, like 20% today, 20 something percent today, and I am really enjoying it. But for some reason this is taking me a long time to read. Like each chapter takes me about like half an hour. So I've read 9 chapters today, 8 or 9 chapters today, but that has taken me like the bulk of the day, and I'm hoping to get through at least another 1 or 2 right now before bed. But yeah, that'll get me about 50% of the way through, so still I don't think I'll be able to finish either of these books by tomorrow. And I don't like that in a vlog. I like to feel the sense of accomplishment of reaching the end of a week and the end of a vlog and saying, oh, I finished this many books, and that's just not happening. But I'm having a great time with what I'm reading, and I think that counts a little bit more, and I have to remember that, other than just finish books for the sake of finishing books for the vlog. So yeah, I will be ending this vlog tomorrow. Sorry, I just hit the camera. I'll be finishing this vlog tomorrow, and we'll see what kind of progress I will have done by then. But yeah, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my night to reading this. I just went out to have dinner with Mafalda and Bia. The 3 of us, we had some sushi, which was amazing, and I'm just in a really good mood, so I'm going to enjoy the rest of my night just reading in my bed. And yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow when I wrap up the vlog what kind of progress I have made today. So I hope that you still have enjoyed this vlog, even though yeah, I didn't have a lot of, I don't know, I just didn't finish a lot of books, and that makes me feel kind of bad. But at the same time, sometimes some weeks it just happens, especially when you're reading this many books at once. Sometimes it just happens, you know. So I hope that you are okay with that. Hello friends, today it is Saturday and I am heading into work. How has the week already ended? I am just so upset, honestly. I really just want to be constantly on vacation, you know. I want to be Dua Lipa so bad. But anyway, I do want to tell you that I thought I was going to end the vlog here, but then I remembered that I'm just going to try and finish these 3 books this weekend, which I doubt I'll be able to because I work 20 hours. So I doubt that I'll be able to, but I am currently, yeah, 40% into Assassin's Apprentice. I am 132 pages into Sister Outsiders, so I'm almost halfway through. And then I have about 100 pages left of The Transition Baby. I have like 3 chapters left. So this feels like the most doable out of all of them. And I'm going to read one more chapter of this before work, and then I'm going to bring this into work and read a chapter on my lunch break, and then at night read another chapter, and then tomorrow we'll just do it all again to see if I can finish all of these by Monday, because I didn't read yesterday, but I was out for the whole day, which also felt kind of nice. So I'm not sad that I didn't read, but I am going to be reading a little bit now before I head into work. And I'm a little bit unmotivated today. I'm not feeling the best, but you know, we just gotta do what we gotta do. So yeah, it's time for me to perk up a little bit and head into work. Hi. After what has felt like a million years to both me and you, I am finally here to wrap up this vlog. So let's just get straight into it. I have just now managed to finish The Transition Baby, and I really enjoyed this. I was actually really thankful that I took my time reading this book, because it was such a strange experience for me, and it's such a different book than what I am used to and what I usually read, that it was such a thought-provoking read. That's what I want to say. It was a thought-provoking read, and I'm really happy that I finally read this book, and I really liked it. I think I'm going to be giving it like a 4.5, because it was something that I just felt really grateful for. And yeah, it was just very thought-provoking, and I love when books make me think about different things, and I'm very thankful for that. And I'm really glad that I did a buddy read with one of my best friends. It was such a pleasant experience to exchange thoughts on this book. And even though it was such a messy thing about this queer trans couple, and one of them did transitions and gets a woman at work pregnant, and they have to try to figure out how to be a family, the three of them. And it was such a messy thing, but there were also so many sad undertones to this book that I really wasn't expecting. It was just a lot at times, but it was written in such a easy way to read and to consume, but also a very beautiful way. I wouldn't say that this is easy in a bad way at all. It was very thought-provoking, and it was very real. Like, I could feel that these characters were real and what they were going through and their struggles and their history, and it was all just so complicated, but I just really enjoyed it. And there were a few problematic aspects, like sometimes the way Reese, one of the women in the relationship, the way that she thinks about men is a bit sad and upsetting, and something I don't really agree with. There's a quote in here about like the Sylvia Plath quote of "every woman loves a fascist." I don't specifically love those things, but I feel like they were made on purpose, and that this author is very self-aware about the things that were written in this book, even the problematic things, right? And it just shows how characters can be so flawed. And I don't know, I just really liked it. So overall, I just had a really great time reading this week's, I was gonna say this week, but it has been longer than that. I have finished 2 books, which were both kind of a 5-star. Honestly, I wouldn't consider either of them like an all-time favorite, but they really did brighten up my month, and I had an absolute great time reading both of these books. And then I have The Assassin's Apprentice, which I did start, and I got about a third of the way through, almost halfway through. Basically, me and Bia, we switched. So she is currently on vacation with her family, and I let her borrow my Kindle, and so she let me the physical copy, so we kind of switched. And I'm currently on chapter 11. Yeah, I'm currently on chapter 11, and I'm also really loving this book. It's a fantasy book. It's about Fitz, who is raised to be an assassin, and he is the king's bastard son, and he has a very special power. And it's just basically, this book is a lot of setup for what I'm assuming is the rest of the trilogy, which I have purchased. So I will be waiting for the next 2 books to continue the series with Bia, because we're both really loving this. I knew that I would, because Robin Hobb is very famous and very well acclaimed, especially this beginning series. I know all of her works are very acclaimed, but this specific series, so I had really high hopes for it, but at the same time I just didn't know if it would be my vibe. But I'm really loving this. So those are 3 books that I read, plus I did renew my hold on Sister Outsider, so I have this book for 2 more weeks and I plan on finishing this baby. I am almost halfway through as well, so I will be taking my time with this too, reading a couple essays now and then. But I did renew my hold, so I'm no longer stressed about it, which is really great. And yeah, overall I just had a really great time. I feel like overall I did read almost 1,000 pages in the last couple of weeks, which doesn't mean a whole lot. It just, I only finished 2 books, but honestly that's fine. I'm just taking my time with the books, and I don't want to put the pressure on myself to end the vlog only when I finished a certain amount of books, because it's just not realistic, and sometimes I have to end the vlog to start a new one, and it's fine, you know, it's totally fine. So that's basically my thoughts. I'm really enjoying my time reading in the past couple of days, weeks, and I hope that you did enjoy watching this video as well. I'm really excited for next vlogs that I have coming up. And what else do I gotta say? So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content, and I'll see you in my next video. I hope you have a nice day, and always remember that life is worth reading.